Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I want to show you how to set up a saved search and manage your leads in IDX Broker. So IDX Broker is the IDX solution that we've chosen to integrate with our brew websites, our Ballen real estate websites, and this connects to the MLS and basically integrates into the website pretty seamlessly. So what happens is people will register and get into this IDX platform. Now, by default, if someone doesn't set up a saved search or save certain properties, also market reports, well then we like to go in behind them and actually do that for them. So it's a great way to have another drip, another touch go to your actual contacts. So that's what we're looking at today. So first we're going to do, I'm logged into my IDX Broker dashboard, and I'm going to come in here. Now you can see, again, our dashboard has different things like our leads and notices. All of this is actually customizable, just a little side note as well. You can drag and drop these things. I'm in a demo account, so I don't have a lot of data in here. This is just one of our demo accounts that we use, but the same elements will apply. Okay, so when I'm in my dashboard, if I have a new lead, they're gonna show up right here on the dashboard, and I can simply click on that lead and it pulls up any information that we might have. Now again, this doesn't have data. Normally this would have certain data in there. But you'll see these tabs here: traffic history, property updates. This would show if they've received any saved properties. So this would be if they're watching a particular property and want to see any status or price changes. In this case, there are none set up. Saved searches, same thing, none set up. Market reports as well. And then I can edit the lead details, or I can check out the notes or add notes. This is when that particular lead came in. So another way to get to those, if I just go to leads, manage, it's going to pull up a list of my leads as well. So this is another way, and this is a quick way to kind of see who does have saved searches or properties or market reports and who doesn't. So you'll see in this case, if it has a 0 under the S, that's for saved searches, S for searches, P for properties, and then M for market reports. So this tells me pretty quickly whether or not they do, and if I click on one of those, it's going to take me right into that particular tab for that particular lead. Okay, so let's say we're going to set up a saved search for this particular contact, right? So I went into manage, I clicked on the 0 because there are no saved searches under that S column, and I'm going to click on add, edit, save searches. Now what this does is it shows, again, that there are none in here. If there were, it would show whether they've received updates, when it was created, edited. So a lot of cool little tools here for that. But we're going to go ahead and just click here to add a saved search. And then we have options. Now, if we're looking for a specific address, we can just leave it there and hit next. We almost always use this advanced search option. Advanced search lets us do more of the complex fields like waterfront or has a pool, things like that. The basic search would just give us price point, city and a price point, for example, something very, very general and broad. Which is fine. You might use those as well, but we like the advanced search because we can customize that further. Even if we don't right now, if they might ask for updates, then we might want to customize it after that. You can also do the listing ID. Then we can do polygons, and we can build custom ones as well if you get really into what each of these fields are. But in this case, we're going to go to advanced search. That's what we use almost all the time. We're going to click on next step. And then it's going to say select your criteria. So you'll see this information up top. This is your basic search stuff. So that's kind of your standards. And then down below, this view results in browser and reset is the more specific things. What kind of construction, what style of the home, the lot size. Now this is going to change based on the MLS fields that are fed in from your MLS. So it's not always going to look the same here, but you see the difference between just your general information and then your more detailed information. All right, so I'm going to choose single family in this case. Property subtypes, if there are any. So again, maybe you have detached or single family, and then we have condos, detached, things like that. That would show up in property subtype. Status, in this case, A for active. You can do pending and solds depending on your particular version of IDX Broker that you have. Then you can put in city, county, or postal code. So if I put in like 3, you'll see it pulls up all the different zip codes, 321, for example, right? So I can choose one of those. Minimum and maximum price points, you define that as well. Number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. Again, just drop downs. I can choose what we're looking for. Square foot, number of acres, whether there was a price reduction. So you could actually send them all homes that have had a price reduction, which is pretty cool. It's a nice feature there. And the max number of days listed as well is an option. And then refinement too, you could also do just open houses, for example. You could set them up on a search that has homes that come online with an open house, things like that. So that's another one. Image, whether it has an image or not. So a lot of MLSs don't require an image. So if that's the case, then you could be sending them properties where they can't see them. And you might have customers that say, no, I only want to see pictures, or I only want to see homes that I can see pictures, because otherwise I may not want to waste my time. All right, number of results per page, whether we're sorting them by newest listings, least expensive to most. Again, all these little nice configuration and details. And then again, I can go in here, so has a built-in oven or a washer and dryer, things like that. So I can be more and more specific if I want to do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click next step, and now I'm just giving it a name. So the name here, we usually like to be a little more specific. So I would say something like, 3+ bedroom homes in Henderson under 400K, for example, right? Because you might have multiple searches set up, and so we want to make sure that the searches are easily identified so we know which ones are coming through and what they are. Now this receive updates, that means that they will get the updates as the changes occur, and that setting is actually set somewhere else on the time, whether it's a daily update, a weekly update, and that's a system-wide change. So these are meant, again, just kind of a drip to keep people active, show them properties. We get responses quite a bit from our customers say, oh, thank you so much for sending us these listings. Even if they're not ready right now, they like to have that kind of communication and dynamic interaction with us. So then we just go ahead and click Save Changes. And there we go. So we have this all set up. I can create another save search. I can manage the save searches that are already there. I can edit the lead, or I can go back to manage leads and then do it again for the next one. So you see here, we now have her set up with a save search. Now, same thing happens for properties. If I go to save properties, I can add or edit a save property. Click here to add a new one, and then what name is it, and then which MLS, and what the listing number is. So again, very specific, detailed. I could use that address field as well on the other save search, but save property, of course, is a little more specific. And then finally, I can do a market report as well. I can click on the M, and I can add or edit a market report. And in this case, let's see, I don't have in this account the ability to do, I don't have the, the sold data, I don't think, but let's check. There we go, search for location. It'll still let me do the demo. So if I do a 32967, yes, I want to email them the updates, and I click Save Market Report. So again, this will basically send them the latest information that's fed from the MLS in regards to this particular area. So a lot of great ways to stay in touch with your leads once they do register on your website. We don't recommend that this is the only thing you do, but we, through CRM integrations and things like that, we also do texting and emailing, more personal touches as well. But at a minimum, this is a great way to add another touch, of course, to try to stay engaged and connected and be ready to be the resource for that particular lead once they are ready to go. So if you have any questions on any of that, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.